Namaskar, I'm Ashok Vyas and I'm standing with Dr. Krishna ji, Chandak ji. Speech is very important. How you say what you say, and many times people find, especially at later age, that they think about somebody but they don't get that name. It could be you want to mention Spoon, but Spoon is not coming to you. Why that happens?
Yeah, it is because of cognitive abilities. So that is whatever we thought that articulated by the tongue. So the relation between some problems like Alzheimer's and other problems, they may not able to because of old age. They are till now everyone is accepting that tongue exercises is very helpful to overcome this type of problems. But in ancient yoga texts, they say a lot of your tongue exercises are integrated with some practices of pranayama, some practices of mudras. They are very helpful to make not only that, actually if you see the Kalidas, the Mata came and wrote something on the tongue. Then he became a great scholar, full to scholar. So that yoga text also says the Saraswati Nadi, it is the tip of the tongue. So the tongue exercises are very important in yoga. Especially we have mudras. The superior mudra among all the mudras is Kechari mudra.
Okay, so let me interrupt you here. What he is mentioning tells us that when you have your tongue under your control, then things are good. So there is probably a relationship between our mind and our tongue, of course, as is the case with all the organs, but especially with tongue. So in order to control your tongue, you need to have your mind giving the right suggestion. How this relationship works out?
Not only that, tongue and mind both are interrelated, and also whatever your ideas are articulated by the tongue only. So that if you exercise the tongue, then automatically the brain will be stimulated or activated or worked properly. So these are the especially trained and texts or practices are there in yoga. So
let me once again, as we have New Year resolutions, many of us always think about dieting and losing weight, etc. There also tongue plays an important
not
role.
only that, tongue have all organs, pancha jnanendriyas, they have one eye can only see, but here only pancha jnanendriyas and all. But tongue have two major roles, and two are important roles that make you healthy or unhealthy or whatever it may be. One is taste, second is speech.
Yes.
So walk and these things. So tongue have the if you control your tongue, you can control your health or body, or at the same time a good relations with the world. These are the major aspects.
So now we mentioned about Khechari Mudra, we'll learn about that, but let me hear more about what our Shastras say with respect to taking care of your tongue.
The tongue in Khechari, there are major 4 techniques are there. One is Chalana, Dohadana, Chadana and Malana. These are the things. You make it simplify. First tongue exercises to make elongate it as much as you can, and a little bit cut. That means not completely cut. It is like a hair thin cut under the tongue, and make with a lot of the techniques is there. And finally Malana is the I told you the Saraswati Nadi into the tip of the tongue, in the Brahma Nadi inside. So you marry, Malana is nothing but joining of Brahma and Saraswati. You make a marriage, then you will be liberated according to Khechari. So that's why they put the tongue inside. And another interesting thing is, General Ashok ji, it is very simple. Just think about the tamarind.
Yes.
What happened to your mouth?
it didn't that much, because I knew you will say that your name and then you will feel the taste tamarind.
No,
right?
automatically it oozes.
Hmm.
So in these oozes, all the saliva now, but that saliva is not like that. When you practice Khechari, there are so many are inside us. In the finally, you will enter the nectar or amrut. You will be liberated. That is the whole philosophy.
Wait a minute. You just jumped a lot of steps here from tasting or reference of tamarind to taste of nectar.
Yeah, it oozes. Once you are putting the tongue backside and put it inside, then you will have a lot of things will saliva. It is not saliva, it oozes. So jalas is producing some secretions in our body. So the whole yoga philosophy say Chandra is in the brain and Surya is in the navel. So that's why in Viparita Karani Mudra it is a topsy. So if you the Chandra oozes the Amrut, if you have a swallow it, you will be liberated. That is philosophically they explained, but it is not like our Chandra and Surya. It is mythologically they refer in our tradition. It is there. So this Khechari Mudra, if you practice, if you put inside, there are a lot of secretions. That secretions make you very strength. And I will give one case study also. Prahlad Jnani. Have you heard about it?
No.
He lived more than 80 years. He lived without taking food, without taking water, more than 50 years.
Man.
He was on his body that ICMR, Indian Council for Medical Research, and defense people. Defense, I will tell the so many things. They also explained and made a research on him. He is not taking even a single drop of water, but he lived because of Khechari. So the Khechari you can have, you can sustain without any food, without anything. It is there.
So as we get ready for a new version of ourselves every time, every day, especially when the new year begins, the Khechari Mudra, if it is so significant, can it be practiced by everyone?
Yeah, yes. The simple text, not the higher level. At the
Can you show?
Yeah, first thing is very simple to make your tongue elongate it up and down, and try to touch your and try to touch the
nose,
tip of the nose, and then push your tongue to left and right inside, and try to make a circle.
It is funny, but it is profound.
It is very simple. And then you try to make the once you have all the things, you can try the Sitali and Sitkari pranayam. And exhale through nose, and also make the Manduki Mudra like a frog. You make the noise here. The upper part is closed and lower part you hit.
I'm not doing it right. Right now, only making sound.
Then that is very easy.
Horse, is it?
Yeah,
horse?
it is like you make the sound with the
I used
tongue.
to do that.
Yeah, these are the things. And finally, once you practice the elongate and all the things, you can make the tongue like this. You can twist.
It won't happen for me. That flexibility in his tongue is not there in my tongue. I don't know what you tried. If you want to do it in front of the mirror, so please demonstrate one more time. Oh man, such flexible tongue of a yoga master. You practice a lot on this?
Yeah, by practice of my Guru's grace, I practice this Khechari. At that time, I was surprised. In Diksha time, almost 2 months, I took one kheera. That is, kheera means the fried fried wheat, broken wheat, and they mix up with half milk and half water, and boil it, and very few dry fruits. 1 cup, that is just 150 ml. Today, for example, day at around 3 o'clock they given, but I practice all the asanas, mudras and all equal to others, but next day only they will give that much. Like that I practice it for almost 40 days, more than 40 days, without any what is that we can no food, that is only the food. So like that we can do, but I Prahalad Jnani and all people I told you, maybe they are success. And Ramananda Yogi from Andhra, he started, he is the founder of Vemana Yoga Research Institute, still is under the government of Telangana. So he demonstrated, he stopped his heartbeat and pulse, and without air he sustained for 42 days, both in Hyderabad, both in China, Japan and in Delhi. He demonstrated. Like that some people are there in Kechari.
So I just caught Dr. Krishna ji, and we were just going to have a very brief conversation, but there is so much interesting side to what he's saying. So I take the liberty of asking you, when you talk, there are so many references of scriptures that come, etc. And as earlier I was mentioning about memory. So what is it that one can do, whether in terms of food intake or in terms of any practice, to increase the power of memory? And if I may add, there are lots of distractions available through smartphone also. So how to sort of bring your mind and be more concentrated?
Yeah, that is very simple. Yoga text also says that Onkar or Pranavanada, and in that yoga we can say with tongue, that is a practice of Brahmari, that is humming bee sound.
Right.
Yeah, that is very simple. Just close that, we know Onkar, that is opening the mouth. Yeah, the same thing. The same thing. You try to close your lips and little bit gently tighten your teeth, crunch your teeth, and press the tongue to the upper palate, and close your eyes and focus at your eyebrow center, and you chant as lengthy as you can while exhaling, that making that humming bee sound. That directly, that scientific experiments showing.
How many times?
Yeah, generally 21 times or 5 minutes.
So please do it, one demonstration.
2 times I will try one.
Okay. Thank you very much. The way he tried it, or when he was doing it, it was stretched for longer period than what
practice.
I could. That is by practice.
Everyone can practice. By practice you will get.
But a little bit that I did, and let me sort of share with you my experience. You feel a sense of, call it peace, or you feel a sense of focusing just by this small Brahmari pranayama.
Yeah, Brahmari. So it is scientifically it is a cerebrospinal fluid. Now what if scientifically, if you analyze logically, in our head region we are voluntarily, we can move the lower jaw, tongue and eyes and eyelids. Nothing we can move on or what. So we are restricting all its movements. While chanting that Onkar or humming sound, we are creating a vibration. This vibration directly influences on the cerebrospinal fluid that is responsible all our nervous system, all our endocrine glands, all our human body. So, it is very simple, but it tremendous effect on the.
One thing is, many times if there is something which is very simple, then psychologically we think that it won't be effective. That is not the case whether you talk about pranayam or some of the simple asanas. And in fact, the way Creator created the world, He wanted things to be simple, but we keep on complicating them.
No. The problem is in our tradition, especially in yoga tradition or in our day-to-day life, our rituals have a lot of meaning. If knowingly, unknowingly, if you practice, you will be benefited. So, the problem is we lost the links. Then we comment it is rituals. So, the problem comes like that. So, whatever the rituals we have in our regular akshara abhyasa, akshara means, kshara means destroying, akshara means immortality. Akshara abhyasa means you are starting your journey for immortality, not for alphabets. So, like that they made everything that Upanayana. Nayana means eye, you know that. Upanayana means the third eye opening. In mythological, the story is there. The three eyes, only Lord Shiva. Once he opens, that is Jnana Chakshu. This is a knowledge. Once the knowledge is there, then desire will also vanishes. That's why in a symbolical way, they say, once the third eye opens to Lord Shiva, the Kama, the Manmada was become a ash. So, these are the secrets, they made it and they put it into our day-to-day life, but we lost the major thing, and we are also with our ignorance, we are telling the words of scientific. It is not scientific, it is not the thing, it is also all things, but we must know once by the great gurus and great traditions. So, you scientifically approach, then automatically you will understand for a better life or quality of life, enhanced life, harmonious life, whatever the things.
So, I want to thank once again Dr. Krishna Chandak ji and the wealth of knowledge that he carries with him, and he is so generous in sharing. So,
Thank
this
you.
is advanced pranams to him. But the final question relates to having a sense of balance in our activities. It doesn't happen because once your mind start racing for something, it is very difficult to bring it back. And I think yoga helps in developing willpower also.
Yes, definitely willpower and also balancing the life, because the asanas are designed to balance our hormone systems. That means endocrine glands. Endocrine glands is directly connected to the spine. So, these are they developed the asanas system or pranayama system or meditation, or this like mudras. Mudras is the combination of asana, kumbhaka and concentration of dharana. So, all the things comes into the harmoniously practice, that is should be regular. Only once I practiced only one day, no. If you practice at least half an hour to 45 minutes in your day-to-day life, then definitely I can give guarantee everyone if you practice in a proper way. So, that is also another proverb, practice makes man perfect. If the practice is wrong practice,
it will increase your imperfection. And let me see if I remember that shloka correctly. I learned yoga for some time and didn't practice it all the time. But this one we used to conclude or begin with this shloka, and I would request you to kind of share the gist of its meaning, which is Yogena chittasya padena vacham malam sharirasya cha vedyakena yopakarotam pravaram muninam patanjalim pranjaliranatosmin.
this sloka is salutations to Patanjali. This was mentioned in the Rajamartanda. He is, everybody knows about Kalidas. The Kalidas worked in the court of Bhoja. The Bhoja commentated on Patanjali Yoga Sutras, that is Rajamartanda. When his introduction, he mentioned about Patanjali.
Wow.
That is the prayer of Patanjali. So, because there are a lot of relations between Patanjali and Bhoja, that once I will explain how the things are comes. But Bhoja very beautifully explained. He is a king and also a great scholar and also a poet. So, first he narrated the Patanjali. Patanjali gives to our society three main things. So, we always say Trikarana, Manasa, Vacha, Karmanena. Manasa, Vacha, Karmanena. The karma with this body. So, to perfect this body, you must have the Ayurveda. Some people say Patanjali wrote the Charaka Samhita, or somebody says he given explanation about Charaka or whatever the Ayurveda he given to the society. Second one is his contemporary or his Guru Bhai or whatever you call it, senior or maybe Guru or whatever you call it. The Panini written the Ashtadhyayi, that is a prominent text in Sanskrit grammar. So, that he given a commentary, that is Mahabhashya. So, that is purification of our word. And then finally, the purification of mind, he given Yoga Sastra. That Yoga Sastra in the third sutra in Patanjali Yoga Sutra, he assured that what is the benefit of yoga? He assured that Tadha Drashtuhu Swarupe Avasthanam. With that statement, you will be, what is yoga? Now I am telling yoga. Atha yoga anusasanam. Asanam, anusasanam. If you have a health problem, then only you will seek the Ayurveda. If you are in Mauna, what is the use of grammar? If you are not speaking about Sanskrit, what is the use of you and me Ashtadhyayi? No. But every human being have the problem with the mind. So, mind, Manaeva Manushyanam Karanam Bandhamokshos, Advaita Upanishad explains, mind is responsible both bondage as well as liberation. So, Anusasanam, that means you must practice, then only you will get the benefits of yoga.
Beautiful, beautiful. So, your mind, that is very, very important, and I think we also need to mind time also. Timely fashion, when you accord the due respect, you feel good. So, I respect your presence with us here. I respect his presence and contribution, and I'm amazed at his ability to share so much in such a short span of time in simple words. And we will conclude with the second.
Yeah, one last word. We have thousands of sastras, but darshanas only 6. Shad darshanas. So, he promised that once you stop the modifications of the mind, you will be liberated, you will be in your Sachidananda. That statement makes this Yoga Sastra become a darshan, and we don't know about all other things, but still last 2200 years, this yoga is giving tremendous benefits to the mankind.
And we should continue to reap those benefits. So after that Yogena Chittasya, there was another shloka with which I would like to conclude, that is Lokanam Tushti Kartaro Yuyam Sarve Tapodana Namo Vo Dharma Vigyebhyo Maharshibhyo Namo Nama.
Namaste Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Thank you very much.